all of the dashboards that I'm going to demonstrate for you in the next couple of minutes are generally driven by two inputs. Number one, primarily a scanning of the code and the application build and the dependency files, et cetera. So that's what we've been talking about. But we also have a second input that we use to enhance the analytics. We will add more contextual information about the applications by pulling in data from other systems like an enterprise architecture system or CMDB, or we have a built-in survey capability for capturing information about each application. For example, the business impact of each application. Because if you have dozens or hundreds or thousands of applications, they're not all the same level of importance to the organization. So you might want to focus on applications that have a higher business impact to the company than other applications in the portfolio. This is one, just to highlight one thing, one very unique difference between Cast Highlight versus other traditional SCA players like a Black Duck or a Checkmarx. The fact that we also are adding that business context on top of the technical, automated technical insights that are generated by analyzing the code base. So let's see how the combination of those two actually come into play. So if I click on this open source safety tile, it's going to bring me to, let's start off at the control tower view, a portfolio level view that's looking across all the applications. And here we have a screen that we call our portfolio advisor for open source. And what this is doing is it's looking across all of the 200 plus applications that are in this example environment and automatically recommending priority actions for a subset of those applications. So it's looking at and identifying, for example, that there's 5 applications that need immediate attention, meaning that have multiple issues. They have critical security vulnerabilities. They have risky licenses, things of that nature. And these 5 applications also have a high business impact score. So we're going to prioritize and recommend. Cast Highlight's going to tell me, you need to start here because these are your highest business impact applications and they have multiple open source issues. So that's what that's showing me here. Then we have 11 applications here where the priority action is to fix the vulnerabilities. Again, there's a high business impact, but the issue with them is primarily vulnerabilities, security vulnerabilities. We have 3 applications here where the priority recommended action is to look at the licenses, evaluate the legal risk, right? We have 12 applications where the priority action is they're using older components, older versions of components. So you need the priority action there is to upgrade those components to the latest version. Then we have 6 applications where the business impact is lower, so they're not as important. So these you could start worrying about maybe later on in the process, but you might want to consider alternative components for these applications. Even though they have a lower business impact score, they still have some issues. And then finally, we have a group here, a couple of applications we call role models. These are applications that actually have very low risk. They're using very safe open source components. So the reason we flag this is that this could be an opportunity to learn some best practices. What components are these applications using? What practices are the development teams working on these applications using? Because they have very safe third-party frameworks and components and libraries in their applications. So we're going to bubble up those role models because maybe there's something to learn there, right? So this is one of the very unique aspects of Cast Highlight relative to other technologies out there like a Black Duck or a Checkmarx. The fact that we're not only automatically analyzing the application for technical insights like vulnerabilities, for licensing, compliance, et cetera, and risks, we're overlaying context, business context, so that you have more informed decision-making and automated recommendations here on where to focus your attention, which could be overwhelming if you have hundreds or thousands of applications. Here, we're identifying, okay, here's where you focus your attention to start, right? So that's one unique example of the technology for Cast Highlight. Okay. One of the other things that's unique about Cast Highlight is because we take this centralized control tower approach, right, where we're starting at the high level and looking across everywhere, you can very quickly understand what's going on across all of your applications in just an instant.